Oh. Hey, good morning. What's up, good people? This is Tamara with Daily Affirmations for the Big Girl and all of us. This is the talk after the walk. And you know what? I am doing it again. I don't have my... I don't have my headphones on. I don't have the mic on. So let's see if we can do something about that. But, and then... You know something? I don't even know if I let everybody know we were going live at 10:30. Oh my goodness, people. Oh my goodness. What is happening? What is really happening right now? So as we wait for people to come into the live, hopefully people will come. Don't know. I don't know what's happening today. Today has been a very interesting day. Okay, there we go. I hear my mic now. Today has been a very interesting day. The walk itself was good, but there was so much stuff surrounding the walk. It was unbelievable. And I'm gonna give you guys just a few minutes to come into the live. Wow. Let me tell you about what happened today. So on the Mile in My Shoes, I don't know if you were there or not, but for those of you that were not present during the Mile live this morning, from the time that I got up, got ready to head out until the time that I went out, we had a series of bad storms come through the area a couple of days ago. Temperatures dropped 15 degrees. Lovely. Well, it did not drop here because today, as I was walking, it was 82 was the actual temperature, but it was like a real feel of like 95 or some foolishness. So I got ready to start my live as normal. But before I could do that, I got a knock on the door. I didn't get a knock on the door. I heard the guys outside. I had to call a tree removal service to come and take care of a tree that had fallen during one of the storms that we had. So, this massive tree fell. And then, so it fell like this. There's a grove of trees that are standing like this. So it fell into the midst of the trees. And the front of my house is this way, right? So when you're standing at the front of the house, all you saw was like the tree limbs broken like this, and they were hanging out of the trees. So when the storm came through, I walked outside and looked at the side of the house because we thought that actually during the actual storm, I thought that I couldn't tell whether it was a clap of thunder that made the noise or if something had actually broken. But when I went outside the next day, I saw the limbs hanging. So my assumption was that, some tree limbs had snapped during the storm. And so they were being supported and suspended in the air by the trees that were sitting there. And so didn't think anything else of it. Then when I walked around the back side of the house, I noticed that there was a huge tree that had actually uprooted, and it was leaning against the trees here that you saw the limbs. Am I describing that in a way that you can understand? I hope so. But the long and the short of it is the tree that was uprooted and that was being suspended by these other trees started to slide down. And every day I'd come outside and it was even like worse off. And it got to the point where if I didn't call somebody, it would have eventually hit the side of the house and would have caused some massive damage. So called the tree removal service. They came out yesterday. They assessed the situation, and then they went out and then they came back today. So that was how quickly they came. And by the time I got into my office to start setting things up for the first live, so that I could go live, they were already outside working. So this is about 8 o'clock in the morning. They had the most massive truck, and I'm gonna try. But I don't know if you can hear all of the noise in the background. Good morning, Marilyn. I don't know if you can hear all the noise and stuff that's in the background, but there is a lot going on at my house today, and I was not ready for this, you guys. I wasn't ready for this at all. Good morning, Michelle. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to even get out of my walk out of my walk out of my driveway. So let me just paint the scene for you before we actually walk out. So got two large tree removal services trucks that are here. It is also trash pickup day. So now there is a large garbage truck in the cul-de-sac as well. But it appears that the guys who are doing the tree removal services actually are giving them the trash cans because they are kind of blocking everything. But they have their truck in my driveway. So I wonder if I need to move my. Oh my gosh, you guys got to see this. Okay, hang on. Let me walk out here so you can see. Look at this part of the tree. You guys see that? So this is what's happening today outside of my yard. Wow. Hold on, let me see if it's okay for me to walk. Excuse me. I don't even think they can see or hear me. Hi, can I go past?
Yeah, there's the trash can getting,
Yeah.
trash. As soon as the trash leaves, you'll get up and right there.
Oh, okay. Are you moving the truck? Were you moving the truck too, you mean?
Huh?
Were you moving the truck or can I just walk past?
Oh, yeah, you can walk past.
Okay.
I thought you were going to leave in your
No.
car.
I was just going to go walk. I was going to go walking, but I didn't want to.
Yeah, you can go. No, it's that. They just moved it back because they wanted to get the trash bag and get all the trash.
Oh,
So
gotcha. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
but before you go, you can start walking.
Okay. I'll wait for the truck to move up because I don't want to be in your way.
It's okay. You can go.
Okay. All right, you guys. You see all of the stuff that's happening. So let's see if I can get past here. Come on. Ooh, we got a big hill. We got a big hill to climb. Oh, and I got to figure out a song, don't I? All right. So this is from The Color Purple. No rhyme, no reason. I just like the song. Miss Seeley's Blues. Sister, you've been on my mind. Oh, sister, we're two of a kind. Oh, sister, I'm keeping my eye on you. I bet you think I don't know nothing but singing the blues. Oh, sister, have I got news for you? This is hard, y'all. They are done. But check out this truck. These trucks. And the tree they just removed took over half of the tree. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, you guys. Well, it looks like they are done. And the time that it took me to do my thing. Hey, guys. Hold on a second. I'm being summoned over. Hi. Uh-huh.
You already finished?
Yeah.
We clean more the data.
Thank you.
Clean all this first.
Okay, thank you so much. What's your name?
Freddie.
Freddie and Tamara. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for your help. Hey, I'm doing a live right now on TikTok. Did you wanna shout out your company name?
Yeah.
All right, so you guys, this is Freddie.
It's an Avalon Tree Service.
Avalon Tree Service. All right, there's their number. Okay.
They're all over Atlanta, Georgia, everything.
They're all over Atlanta,
even Florida,
Georgia.
Anyway.
Everywhere.
Awesome. Just let us know.
Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much. And I'm gonna try and get those pictures from the live this morning. I hope that it recorded because we had such a horrible broadcast day today. But I got images of the big wood chipper that they brought in, and then they had this other huge truck, I guess that contained all of the little bobcats and everything else that they needed, and all the equipment and stuff. And there had to be at least 10 people out there. I mean, they brought a crew of people, and I was not expecting that. So I look out this morning, and then on top of all of that, they have these 2 huge trucks in the cul-de-sac. And then it was also trash removal day. So you've got the trash truck trying to navigate around these big trucks. They're backing into the driveway and trying to get out of the way and stuff. It was chaos. I mean, chaos, but it was organized chaos because the guys did an amazing job. So when I finally got to the point where I could walk outside, I was inside. I'd started the live inside like I normally do, and I was having to shout because it was so loud outside, and I didn't think people could actually hear me. So then I walk outside, and they had backed the wood chipper up into the driveway, as I mentioned, because the trash truck was trying to, navigate through the cul-de-sac. And thankfully, the guys, had the presence of mind to pull people's trash cans up to the trash truck, and they helped the trash guy collect the garbage and stuff, and then they moved the truck back out. But when I walked out, I turned the camera around so that people could see like the bobcat with this huge tree trunk on it. And I made mention to the guy, I was like, man, that is a huge tree. And he was like, oh, this isn't the tree. This is just a piece of the tree. I was like, what the heck? I did not realize that the tree that had fallen was so large. It was enormous. So I go out on my walk and stuff. And then along the walk, I said, well, let me try to walk as quickly as I can so that I can get back just in case these guys need me for anything. I had asked them if they needed anything before I left. They said, no, we're good. And I don't know what I was intending to do other than stand around and get in the way. Anyway, so I went for my walk as normal, came back. By the time I came back up the hill, these guys were already packing up and they were ready to go. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. And so I got a chance to talk to one of the guys. He said, hey, we were able to, no, I said, so you guys are finished? He was like, yep, we're all done. We're getting out of here, getting out of your hair. I said, so how big was the tree? Was it massive? He said, well, the truck that they brought was the wood chipper that they brought. That was the largest truck that they have. And half of that truck was full of the tree that had fallen. So this is a massive tree. This wasn't like a little sapling or something. This thing could have sincerely done some damage to the house. So for that, I'm very thankful. I was also able to get the name of their company and the name of the phone number and stuff for them. So I was happy about that. But it all kind of ties into the theme for today. So I labeled the theme for today, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of power. But the saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. I named it all of that because, I think I mentioned to you all yesterday that I had to go to the doctor. I had to go for my my physical. But it kind of ties back into all of that because I don't know necessarily that I could have, just by looking at the tree, I personally, not knowing anything about trees, would never have been able to tell that, the tree might have been sick or, old or, hollow or whatever. It just looked like a tree to me. It just looked like a tree to me. But, with that, we don't always know what's going on with us, unless we're actually doing and taking preventative measures and going to the doctor to get our baseline so you can see where we're starting to try and figure out what we need to do to resolve any issues that come up and that kind of thing. If we're not doing on a regular basis, then just like that tree, something happens and we fall. And, could it have been prevented? I don't know. But that's kind of what I was thinking about this morning. And that's kind of where the conversation went this morning, in talking about our our health and our health and wellness journey. You'll often hear me say, outside of, make sure you stay hydrated. The other thing that you'll also hear me say out on our walks is make sure that before you start walking with me or before you start doing anything, be sure to check in with your primary care physician. Make sure that, in your quest to do something positive, that you're not actually exacerbating a problem that you didn't even know was there because we haven't taken the time to do that preventative maintenance and stuff. So I wanted to kind of talk about that. But let's stop talking. Let's talk about why we've got to stop waiting until we're broken to start healing. That's a problem. That is really a problem. And Gia, given the fact that I think you might be the only person in the live at the moment, I don't even know if I'm pretty sure that the announcement went out by now. I was going to try and wait for folks to come in before we started talking, but I guess people will just have to catch this on the live, on the replay, and that's fine. But what do you think about that? What do you think about us being more proactive and less reactive? About not waiting until something happens, waiting until we're broken before we start thinking about healing. I don't know. But I know that even when thinking about the weather and people teaching you to be proactive in the face of like a hurricane or a tornado or something, coming, you often hear the time to get ready for an emergency is not during the emergency. You can't get ready for the emergency during the emergency. You have to take proactive measures so that you have things in place so that when and if something happens, you're able to adjust. You're able to meet that emergency and stuff head on. But anyway, I am such a procrastinator because I don't want to open Pandora's box if something is wrong. Yeah, I understand that. Because I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to say that, yeah, you're right, but you can't do that. And I'm not even going to say that, going to the doctor, I wasn't nervous, because I definitely was. Because truth be told, since I've been on the hiatus for the past 2 years, I was up until that point, I was going to the doctor on a regular basis. I was making sure I had my mammograms. I was making sure, my gynecological. I was making sure that I went to the OBGYN. Okay. Gynecologist. So I was making sure that I had all of these things done, going to the eye doctor, going to the dentist, and doing all of the things that I knew I needed to do on a yearly basis. I was up to date with all of my appointments and everything. But then when I went out on hiatus over the last 2 years, you all already know that 2024 was a bust for me because the better part of my time was spent on the road going back and forth from Atlanta to North Carolina to try and help my parents who were having their own share of health issues. And it didn't leave me a lot of time to schedule an appointment because I was very seldom here. So I was then acting from a place of, I was reacting to things that would happen because while I was at home helping my parents, I thought, I had a scare myself because I thought maybe I was having a stroke because I was leaving the hospital, to try and just, rush to my sister's house to, shower and get myself together and then come back for my to be there for my mom while she was there. There was like all of these floaters, and every once in a while, I'll see floaters and stuff. Of course, I wear glasses, so having the random floater come by every once in a while, it's not like a big deal. You know what I'm saying? It's uncomfortable. It's just a nuisance. But I got in the car and I had so many floaters floating across my eyes, and it wasn't just like one kind of thing. Some of them like looked like little rods. Some of them looked like pepper, just like specks of pepper. Some of them look like these little blobs or whatever. And then when they go across my eye, it felt like, it was blurry and stuff. I thought I was having a stroke, and I was so scared. Here in Livorno, it's especially hard. My Italian isn't great and it's frustrating. Well, yeah, I can imagine, Gia. That's got to be tough, especially, you have all of these things happening and you can't really express what's happening. And unless, the person speaks English and they're fluent in English, I can imagine that would be really tough. But yeah, oh no. Yeah, this age group, 50s and middle age, we find ourselves in a very weird place. And they even have a name for it now. It's called the sandwich generation. Because you're at an age now where you still have the potential to be, you're still rearing your own kids and you're taking care of your own family. And then you have, aging parents whose health may be failing and stuff. And so you're trying to find the balance between that. And so we're sandwiched in between these two generations, and thus the name of sandwich generation. And it's so weird that we're having this conversation too, because that is one of the things that we talk about and that we will be talking about on an upcoming podcast. We talked about the role of the caregiver and stuff. And it's not exactly where I was hoping to go with this conversation today, but I mean, hey, we go where it takes us. But to veer us back, I just wanted to make sure that I express to you all to make sure that you're getting in your regular doctor visits, especially for women 35 and up. And again, at 51, I'm dealing with things now that, I never expected to be dealing with, because it's not like there's a manual somewhere. And if there is one, please send it to me so I can read up. But no one ever really sits you down and says, hey, when you turn 40, you can expect these types of things to happen. Now, it's different for everybody, but if this happens, then this is what it is, and this is how you need to handle it. There's nothing like that for any of us, but we need to be better at, if we don't do anything else, we need to be better at being proactive. We need to be better at being proactive so that things don't come to a head, and so that things don't just continue to build to the point where you break. And now you're having to react to the break rather than the stuff that was leading up to the break. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And I hope I'm articulating what I'm trying to say, but we need to, like I said, we need to be more proactive. We need to normalize, asking those questions at our appointments and stuff, and then coming into forums like this one, and becoming parts of groups like Daily Affirmations with a Big Girl and all of us, where we can be a community that helps each other, with best practices and stuff. I know it sounds cliche to say, oh, we're discussing best practices, but I mean, it's true, because even though we're all different, there's some things that are going to be, yeah, it's hard to be proactive when you're so dang tired. It's true. But again, for those younger viewers that are watching, do the stuff now at this age, at your age now, that can help you develop a healthier lifestyle, that can help you to maybe circumvent some of the problems that might otherwise be deemed age related. Because on the flip side of things, I've also seen people on social media who, I just saw a gentleman on social media yesterday. This man was 69 years old, had the body of a 35-year-old. When I say this guy is cut up, and he was talking about the benefits of walking and then working out and stuff. If you looked at his face, you might tell that he has a little bit of age on him, but not even that though, so much, because he wore a bald head and, had very little facial hair. So I would never have guessed this man was 69, especially not just looking at him. But, again, a lot of the things that ail us, can be prevented. Diabetes. I keep coming back to that because I got diagnosed with being diabetic, and that is not something that I had to have. Diabetes is not one of those things that's waiting for you when you turn 51. Oh, you turn 51, here's your diabetes. You don't have to have it. And if I had exercised and if I continued to exercise these good practices that I had developed, in my earlier life and maintain those things, then maybe I wouldn't be here trying to figure out how to lose the weight and get in shape so that I could do something about the diabetes. That's all I'm saying. But for women, 35 and older, part of the preventative maintenance and stuff that we have to make sure that we're staying on top of, make sure that you're doing regular self-checks, and then, check in with yourself too, not just for the potential of breast cancer or anything like that, but check your skin, make sure your skin, if your skin is looking abnormal, that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? Know yourself well enough to know if there's something going on mentally, if you need a mental health check, get the help that you need. And I'm off of that. I'm going to take the words of my dad, and I'm through with that. I'm through with that. But y'all, I don't want us to ever get to the point where we say, I put off this checkup because I was afraid of what they might find, or because I felt fine. Hey, good morning, Katrina, 823. I don't want us to ever find ourselves in that situation where we say, months later, I found out that I had a deficiency in something. And if I had just gone, when I said I was going to go, then I wouldn't have to take this medicine, or I wouldn't have to, whatever, the situation is. But just make sure that we are taking care of ourselves. And that starts with knowing ourselves well enough to know that, we need to seek out the advice of people that know what they're talking about. And we need to do it on a regular basis so that it doesn't get to the point where we have to be broken before we take action to do anything. So, so those were kind of the highlights of my morning. My dog set it off first thing this morning. Of course, I was telling you about my dog Baxter. He's about 17. He'll be 17 in September. But he's having his own health issues as well, his own age-related health issues. He's got hip problems. He can't see very well, can't hear anymore. And I really think, I don't know if this is possible for dogs to have dementia. I don't know if there's ever been any studies done on it or not, but I'm pretty sure if it's possible, I think he might have dementia, because he does this thing where he just wanders. And he doesn't seem to know where he is. I don't know, but we just try to keep him healthy as possible, make sure he's eating and make sure that he's safe. But yeah, he had an accident in the house this morning. So that was the very first thing that I forgot to mention, Gia. When I first came in, I, had to clean that up. And then as soon as that happened, and I heard the tree removal guys out front. But yeah, so if you tune in to the replay tonight, I will make sure that I put in those pictures and stuff so that you can actually see how my morning unfolded. I'll make sure to put in some clips where I was literally yelling at you all during the morning live so that you could hear me over the sound of the wood chipper that was grinding away in the background. But I am so thankful for them, though, because when I tell you, they did a phenomenal job. The tree that was posing a threat to the house is gone, as are some of the other limbs, I guess, that broke, that were not on their initial, work order to remove. They got rid of all of those things back there. So I am so thankful for that, because that would have been yet more money to try and come up with to get that taken care of. But anyway, I digress. So do you guys have any incidences of where the idea of an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure? those of you just coming in, Gia and I have been having a wonderful conversation this morning, and I hope that you all will take a page from Gia and start to use the comment section for what they were intended, to shut me up and to weigh in on the conversation that we're having. So that is the theme for today. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of power. But the real saying is a pound of cure. Anywho, I kind of hope that at some point in time, people would start to, and I shouldn't say it this way. Let me rephrase. We have people who have been participating in the Apple a Day Challenge. So for the entire month of July, we have been trying to put to the test the saying that goes, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now, as you know, apples contain a lot of nutritional benefits. They are very good for you. And even when I spoke with my doctor yesterday, she told me that being diabetic, I needed to be very, very careful about the volume of fruits that I was eating, because fruits have a lot of sugar in them. And then I got into a conversation with someone else in the medical field, and they kind of tweaked that a little bit because, the sugar in the fruit's different than the refined sugar. Anyway, the point is, they said that apples, gee, you didn't have to bring that up. Yeah, apples don't cancel out cookie dough. They do not. And so real quick, this is what happened. All right, so what had happened was, I went into the kitchen because I knew that it was time for me to, eat my apple, and I try to post every day. So if you want to take part in this apple challenge, please make sure that you post a picture of yourself eating the apple and use the hashtag apple shamer, which I will tell you about in a minute. But yeah, use that hashtag. So I went into the kitchen just to get something. I wanted something sweet. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll just grab an apple and then I'll snap my picture and I'll post and blah, blah, blah. I went into the kitchen. I opened up the refrigerator, and what do I see? A tub of cookie dough, the kind of cookie dough that you can eat straight out of the thing, or you can heat it up. It doesn't matter because there are no eggs in them. And of course, if I scoop out cookie dough and I heat it up, you got to have ice cream on top of it, because it doesn't make sense to just eat cookie dough by itself. Who bought let's not let's not get into the technicalities of things. Who bought the cookie dough? I don't know. Anyway, the cookie dough is in the refrigerator. That's the main thing. And I partook of the cookie dough. And then I don't even know. This doesn't even make sense. So I ate the cookie dough, ate the ice cream, and then immediately went in the kitchen and grabbed the apple that I intended to eat anyway. And then I ate the apple like the apple was going to somehow dissolve the fat from the cookie dough. And it was just going to cancel that out. The cookie dough didn't even happen, because the apple came in to save the day, and it absorbed all the fat and absorbed everything, and it's going to cause everything to pass out. I don't know why I do the things I do, Gia. And Katrina C823, I'm so happy that you're with us. But you don't have to laugh at my pain. You all, I don't know how old you are, Katrina, but at 51, this is new for me. I've never been 51 before. I've never been in menopause. I don't know. Is this a symptom of menopause, or is this just me being greedy? I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, that's what happened. Yeah. Don't think it works that way. I don't think it works that way either. And I used to have an aunt. She's deceased now, but I used to have an aunt, and the running joke was she would eat whatever she wanted to eat, and then she'd follow it up by, "Hey, bring me my diet Pepsi," or whatever. Like the diet Pepsi was just going to erase all those calories you just ate. It doesn't work that way. So that's not exactly how diets work, but made me feel better for the time being. And then, as all bad things typically do, it makes you feel worse after you sit with it for a minute and you realize what you've done. What did I do? I just canceled out what it did do. It canceled out the walk that I had earlier that morning. I can relate. I had to stop buying chips for that reason. Oh man, I guess we all have our vices. And then the crazy thing is, I don't even like sweets like that. I have to be in the mood for ice cream. I have to be in the mood for whatever. But what I was suffering with, I definitely wanted something sweet. And that's why I thought, oh, apple. Let me go grab my apple. And I'm just going, Satan. That's what that is. He tries to tempt you with everything. The temptation of the cookie dough right there where the apple should be. It's crazy. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so let's move on. So if you want to participate in the Apple a Day Challenge, please make sure that you do that. I look forward to seeing the progress that you all are making. It helps me. He didn't buy that cookie dough, and I... Gia! Whose side are you on? Come on. I've known you since 6th grade. Okay. You're right, though. You're right. And, truth hurts. The truth hurts, but it doesn't mean I don't need to hear it. I know. I love you too. Thank you for being honest and being truthful with me and not being a sycophant. And I don't need that in my life. I don't need yes men. I need people to give it to me straight. And so that's why I love this community so much. Thank you guys so much for showing up for me. And I hope that I can do the same for you. And then, you see me making mistakes and stuff. Don't do it. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Katrina, don't do it. Put the chips down. Gia, whatever it is, that you're plagued by, just don't do it. Don't do it. You see this inner conflict and this turmoil that it's having on me. So please don't do it. All right. So anyway, the time is wearing on and I feel like I stayed on that too long, but, so once again, if you want to do the Apple a Day Challenge, I do look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Make sure that you're taking a picture of yourself partaking of the apple and use the hashtag Apple Shamer. And I have developed that nickname, Apple Shamer, because I do not care for Red Delicious. So that is the running joke, and that is why I know that if you use that hashtag, you are participating in the challenge. So simply put, that's what that is. Okay, so now for the fun stuff. We've had a chance to talk about all of the stupid stuff that I've been up to. Let's get on to our playlist curation. For the past several episodes, or since we got started really, we have been trying to curate a playlist. Early on, I had people ask me, well, what do you listen to when you're out walking, when you're out working out? And I have several playlists that I keep in my Spotify account. But one of them is my liked songs. Now, there's no particular order for how these songs appear, except perhaps when I happen to be listening to it. And because I'm a very moody person when it comes to my music, I could be listening to all types of genres. I like good music, period. I love good music, period. So what we have been doing, and the reason I have been trying to enlist you all's help in this process is because I do have so much music. In this one playlist alone, there's over 600 songs. There's 601 songs in this playlist. And obviously I'm not going to put all of those on the in our walking playlist, but that's why I need you all's help. If you all, hey Marilyn, I didn't know you were in the feed. I knew you had an appointment today. Thank you for coming into the feed. But that's why I need you all's help. If you like a song, please make sure that you give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. If you are kind of on the fence about it, you can give me some other face or just tell me that, hey, I'm on the fence about it. Still at your appointment. Okay. Well, be careful out there, Marilyn. But if you like the song, let me know that you like it. And what I will do, I'm going to play little snippets of the song, just enough of it so that you can actually get a feel for how it sounds. And if it's something that you could see us walking to, or even if you could see us, cooling down to it or something like that, let me know. And then we'll add it to the playlist. Okay. So let me bring this up for us. And we are going to spend the next several minutes listening to some music. I believe we're on 70 something. Let's see here. Let me know if you guys can see this and everything. I know we did all of these yesterday. I think okay. I think we're on song number 80. We're on song number 80. And if you have a song that you want us to listen to, or if you want us to premiere here so that we can kind of vote on it as a group, please put it in the chat. Please talk to me. Let me know something, because if you don't let me know, my assumption is that you like the song and it might get added. And if you end up with a playlist that you're not happy with, it's not my fault. It is not my fault, because I have given you guys every opportunity to talk to me and tell me what you like and what you don't like. So for those of you that have been participating, thank you so much. For those of you that are new to this process, it's very simple. And we are going to go ahead and start with the first song is Dura by Daddy Yankee. Dura by Daddy Yankee. And I already know that this is going to be one of my Latin favorites. And it's probably going to be fast, but here goes nothing. So let's listen to this and then simply let me know with a thumbs up, thumbs down, smiley face, heart, something, whether you want this added. So here is Dura by Daddy Yankee.
Me gusta mi reggae. Cuando yo la vi, dije si esa mujer fuera para mí, perdóname, te lo tenía que decir. Está dura, 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 que está dura mano arriba porque tú te ves bien. Está dura, mamacita, te fuiste de nivel. Dura, mira cómo brilla tu piel. Está dura, dímelo con que está dura. Yo te doy un 20 de 10. Está dura, dura, dura. Tú eres la máquina de baile. Si no tienes a nadie, vente pa' mi brazo, baile. Ese perfume se siente en el aire. Algo como Argentina, tú metes los Buenos Aires. Está poderosa, media escandalosa. Habrá muchas mujeres, pero tú eres otra cosa. Si fue...
Okay, so that was Dura by Daddy Yankee. Oh, man, this thing is killing my ear. All right, so I see a thumbs up from Gia. Marilyn, you're still at your appointment, so I don't know if you can actually hear, if you have your headphones in or not. If you want to weigh in, let me know. Katrina, if you're still with us, anybody else that's on with us, please make sure that you weigh in. Let me know if you like that or not. I do know why I like that song. It's a pretty moderate tempo, and it has that island feel. It's just one of those feel-good songs that if you're walking to it, it just kind of helps to motivate you through your workout. All right, so the next song is De Sol a Sol. Again, I do believe this is another one of our Spanish songs by Sebastian Yatra, Raycon, Martina La... What is that? Peligrosa and Alquilados. Hope I'm saying their names correctly, but here is De Sol a Sol. I think it's from sun to sun, right? Anybody out there speak Spanish? I think that's from sun to sun. Here we go.
Yo soy rey con el líder, Sebastián Yatra. En una playa la conocí, con su bikini bronceándose. Era tan bella, solo la vi y me acerqué sonriéndole. Y llegaste cantando y medio conversando, me fuiste atrapando. Seguimos bailando, nos fuimos acercando. Esto pena está rezando. Y tú, solamente tú, con tu llamarita me llevaste al cielo. Y tú, solamente tú, con esa sonrisa vas prendiendo el fuego. De sol a sol, pégate a mi cuerpo.
Okay, so that was De Sol a Sol. Slow start, but good one. Yeah, I think so. thumbs up to the first song. Got to get my day started. Great to chat with everyone. It was nice having you in here too, Katrina. If you want to join us, we're in here every day, 10:30. This is the second live. If you want to walk with us, please make sure you come out to TikTok Live at 9 a.m. if you need an accountability partner. We're here for you. But hope you have a great day. Thank you for the weigh-in. Thumbs up to the first song. Okay. All right. So that was De Sol a Sol. The next song we're going to put into the rotation for consideration is Yara. You guys, I really wish... I think I just need a cup of coffee because stuff's not firing off the way it should be. My words are all over the place. Anyway, Yara by Zuko 103.
Ela saiu do medo e pra sair delando. E no meio de tanta gente indo e vindo dançou. Dançou, mas nem se ligou na multidão que tava. Como se a vida dependesse dessa dança, dançou. Aquele homem também, quando ele entrava no trem, ouvindo o som do telefone, de repente parou. Parece até que pirou, ou de repente dançou. Até que o dia virou noite, virou dia.
Okay, yeah, Gia, that is a fun one. That one was probably going to be an acquired taste. I'm telling you, my taste for music, it's all over the place, and it just happens, to fall in the category. I think that's a Brazilian song. It's sassy. Yeah, kind of sassy, but they kind of do a English and Brazilian Portuguese mashup of the lyrics. But anyway, I liked it. So if you all like it and you want it to be considered to be added in the playlist, let me know. It's got a fun little pace to it. So if you were, because I've actually used this one when I'm on the treadmill, and if I'm trying to jog or something, it's not like fast enough to be a run, but it would be appropriate for a little jog. So if you're out jogging and stuff and you feel like you want to use that one, by all means do that. If you're walking, I would not recommend maybe walking to the beat of that song. Maybe do I don't know, half speed, half time. Anyway, do with it what you will. Just let me know if you like it or not. All right. The next song is Swinging on a Rhyme featuring Flex Matthews. This is by Fort Knox 5. I have no idea what this is. This could be a big band. This might be a big band song. I don't know. Puts a wiggle in your step. It puts a wiggle somewhere. That's for sure. All right. So here we go. Swinging on a Rhyme by Fort Knox 5. I don't know if this is a big band or not, but we'll see.
I just better swing. And the people scream, just swing. Better swing. And the people scream, just swing. Better swing. And the people scream.
So yeah, it's kind of, I like it because it's kind of a modern take on a big band sound. I love, if there was any time period, not my favorite, but I like it. Okay. That's fair. because some of these songs are they're an acquired taste. And I think I happen to like it because they have taken, it's a modern take on a classic sound. So they've taken big band and then they've added some more modern elements, you know, the record scratch and the rapping and all that kind of stuff. So I like it for that reason. I definitely will keep it on my like songs playlist. But I don't know that people necessarily, I don't know that that will necessarily resonate with people. So we'll just, we'll push pause on that one. All right. So the next one is Block Party by Chuck Brown. So for any of, the folks out there that like go-go music, that are from the, DMV area, you might like this. You might like this because this is the type of music they listen to up in DC and Maryland. And yeah, so this is Block Party by Chuck Brown.
Wednesday shining up. Everybody dressed up looking good. Grab my shades so the sun don't find me no. It's nothing like summertime in the hood. Let's have a block party. Get on up, ain't got nothing else to do. Let's have a barbecue. Grab your phone, everybody go come good. Let's have a block party. Summertime and the sun don't set the night. As long as the beat don't break and the wine keep popping, the keep rocking and the cops coming out.
And now you see why I like that song, because as soon as it comes on, I just automatically start moving. So that's great for me to walk by because I'm gonna, I gotta have something to do with this energy, right? So anyway, that was Block Party by Chuck Brown. We're going to go through a couple more songs. We have enough time to do, I think, maybe 3 or 4 songs. So we'll do that, and then we will wrap up because, like Katrina, I got to get my day started, and I'm sure you all do too. And Gia, I'm sure you are ready to wind down for the day, ma'am. So we'll listen to a couple more songs. But if you like that, that was Block Party by Chuck Brown. Once more, I think it is... I feel the need to let everybody know that I make no claims to any of this music. This is not my music. I am not a DJ. We are simply trying to cultivate or curate a playlist for us to walk by. So that's what we are doing here. The next song on our list, I Like It Like That by Pete Rodriguez. I don't know which version of this is, but let's listen.
Oh, am I feeling good, man? Let me say this. Here and now, let's get this straight. Boogaloo, baby, I make it pay. Because I gave it all I can be. You know, time runs kind of hard to see. Just commence your feet to skate. Pick up your arms and make it shake. Baby, if you think you're shy, do me a favor, honey, go someplace and hide. I like it like that. Believe me when I tell you. I said I like it like that. I hope you know I mean it, baby. I like it like that. I like it like that. I said I like it like that. I want it like that. I like it like that. I got the soul. I got the feeling. I like it like that. I got the soul, baby. Look out.
All right, so that was I Like It Like That. That is the original version, I believe. But then years later, a few years ago, as a matter of fact, I think Cardi B and some other artists did a cover of that, I Like It Like That. So if you prefer that version, there's that version too. But this would be, I believe this was the original one. This was the original version, but I like this one. very mellow, and it's just, certain songs just make you feel good, and that one puts me in a really good mood, so I like it like that. Corny, I know, but anyway. All right, so the next song, Mi Sueñas Tropical. This is by Nicodemus, Quantic, and Tempo. Let's listen to this. I think it's another one from my Latin playlist.
Yo traigo para ti algo excitante, mi jarabe te levanta de la tumba, es un mareo pa' que siempre te salante, un poquito de melaza son y rumba, es un pasito que te voy a enseñar, un meneito que sé que te gustará, y cuando aprendas a bailarlo con sabor, te aseguro que este ritmo gozarás. Se baila así. Se goza más, se baila así, se goza más, se baila así, se goza más, se baila.
So that was Mi Sueñas Tropical. I love that song. It has a whole island feel, hence the tropical in the name, but I just love it. It's mellow, but it still has a driving beat, so you can get a good pace off of that one. I got some weird something on my computer saying that there was inactivity, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what's happening today. Not many people are coming in. I mean, people, they have lives. I'm sure there are other things that they could be doing and are doing. So we may not make that list of priority. May not make that list today. But anyway, the show must go on. And so we are moving on to a song called So It Goes. I think we'll do this. And then maybe. All right. So we're going to go through the next 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do the next 4 songs, and then we'll end on Runnin' by Pharrell Williams. If I'm not mistaken, that is a wonderful song. So the next song on our list is So It Goes. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. We have each other. Yes, we do, Gia. Thank you. Man, I'm going to have to send you something. I'm creating some daft big girl swag and stuff. So make sure offline, Gia, make sure offline you send me your address so I can send you some swag in the mail, and then maybe you can just take a picture of it when you get it. All right, so here we go. So It Goes by High Low Jack, Dap, The Contract, and Lawrence. That group Lawrence by the young man and his sister. Okay, and Stolen Jars. Here we go.
I'm coming home, wait for me by the phone. I'm coming, I'm all alone, cause everybody's gone. To a girl, I ain't coming back, but a lover ain't over that. But I'm done with that class, it's all good, I'm all in the past. And I thank God I made it out. It was over, I'm out, I'm closer to the closure, and I'm out. Just wanna hold you, gotta hold you. I'ma go get that diploma so I can act like I done grown up. Never look back until I'm blown up, no more throwing up, only going up. And I said, hold up, this is me with the sober, I don't wanna hold up. You never know where you're going, but you know that you know. So clap, 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 clap. I'll be going up, sip it, hold it up. But it's time, I hope you'll join the club, and I hope you fall in love.
All is calling, you can't stop me. You won't stop me. You won't stop me. Falling calls, but you can't haunt me. You don't haunt me.
And so it goes. Somewhere I don't know.
Okay, so that was So It Goes. From the very beginning, I mean, they are playing around with different tempos, and there's a lot of syncopation, and there's a lot of stuff going on. I know, Gia, that's kind of one of those, I'm not really sure where that should live, but maybe it just needs to live on my liked playlist and not on the one for us to walk by. But I do like that song. I don't know if it's appropriate for our playlist though. So I will tend to lean into what you're saying there. All right. The next one, Starks and Ewing. We're going to run through these really quickly till we get to Run It. So we get to Running. And then we will close out for the day. All right. So this is Starks and Ewing by Corey Wong. Okay, so that was Starks and Ewing by Corey Wong, and that was an instrumental. And to the young person that came into, they left a comment during the replay yesterday. Well, there was a lady that left a comment in the replay yesterday that said her son was asking us to play some funk music. This might be classified as funk a little bit, but it's like a more modern take on that. So I'm waiting to see, what their thoughts are on that. But that was Starks and Ewing by Corey Wong. I believe Corey Wong is a part of Wolfpack, I think. But at any rate, the next song on the list, this is the second to the last song. So once again, if you like the song, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. It will not hurt my feelings. If you don't like it, I will just keep pressing forward. Then the next one is Number One Spice by Young Cardamom and Hab. And isn't cardamom a spice for those of you that cook? So if that is the case, I think that is a very clever play on words. So Number One Spice by Young Cardamom and Hab.
Bring the flavor to the fish, bring the flavor to the rice. Who's the number one spice? Who's the number one spice? Bring the flavor to the fish, bring the flavor to the rice. Who's the number one spice?
Focus on your market with good price.
Who's the number one spice?
Take a moment, no lines, see ya This is the number one spice. It's in the morning and roll like a dice.
I like the song, and now that I'm looking at the artwork for it, yes, this was from an actual soundtrack. This is a song from a soundtrack, and the name of the movie is Queen of Katwe. And I think it had something to do with her, the protagonist in the story, being able to cook. So this makes sense. All this makes sense now. Anyway, if you like that, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. And finally, we're going to listen to Runnin' by Pharrell Williams. If you don't know who Pharrell Williams is, just go and listen to any Despicable Me movie, and you'll hear his music. All right, so this is Runnin' by Pharrell Williams.
Summertime in Virginia was an oven. All the kids eating ice cream with their cousins. I was studying while you was playing the dozens. Don't act like you was there when you wasn't. Running from the man, running from the badge. Don't act like you was there when you wasn't. Running from our plans in the judge's hands. Don't act like you was there when you wasn't. I know they say crawl for you all, but in my mind I already chose. If I stand still, I cannot get far. They want the moon, I'm on Mars. Sometimes my mind dies when I'm running. I don't want no fear.
That was Runnin' by Pharrell Williams, and I think it goes without saying that I just like that song so much. It is so awesome. Can't go wrong with Pharrell Williams. That is the truth, Ruth. Or the truth, Gia. So that was Running by Pharrell Williams. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you are catching this, if you're catching this live as the replay, you still have time to vote on the songs that you heard in the listening party today. So if you like the songs, simply find an icon that serves the same purpose as a thumbs up, lets me know that you liked it. Give us a heart, give us a smiley face. Marilyn's favorite icon of choice is the star with a smile. So I know that she likes that as well. So let me hide this. All right, so that concludes our curation portion for our live today. If you like those songs, again, vote on them. Let me know what you want to hear. And if you have songs that you want us to listen to, please put them in the chat, put them in the comment section during the replay, and then we will try to play them the following day in our live. But you guys, that brings us to the close of another talk after our walk. I appreciate you all coming in and spending the morning with me. I appreciate the comments from some of the folks that have been in the live. And I just ask that if you like what you're seeing, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you a thing. But go out to Daily Affirmations for the Big Girl and All of Us, that channel. Please make sure that you subscribe to that if you'd like. You can also subscribe to my company's YouTube channel, and that's Be Positive Productions. My website address is at the bottom here. We go out and we do our morning walk, a mile in my shoes, every morning at 9 a.m. If you want to walk with us, you want to lace up and come out in nature with us, please, by all means, do that. Thank you, Marilyn, for the roses. I appreciate it. If you want, you can join us back here at 10:30 every morning for the talk after the walk, where we talk about some of those things that we discussed out on the actual route. And when we have days like today where the broadcast was really, really poor, this second live becomes all the more important so that we can talk about some of the things that we definitely missed while we were out there. So keep that in mind. And if you missed this live, there's always the replay at 6:30 every evening on YouTube. So don't feel like you have missed out on everything, because there's another opportunity for you to weigh in on the songs that we just listened to and everything. Also, we are doing, for the month of July, we are doing the Apple a Day Challenge. If you want to participate, take a picture of yourself eating your apple, post it on some social media platform, and use the hashtags hashtag Apple Shamer or hashtag July Apple Challenge, and I'll know that you are taking part in what we're doing. And you know what? You know what we should do? We should take a vote at the end of the month and see who had the most creative post. And I won't include myself in that because I know my posts are very creative. But we'll take whoever had the most creative post, and we will... Yeah, it's got people calling me, so I know it's time for me to wrap. But anyway, we'll take the person who has the most creative post, then we will vote on who we think that person is, and then we'll send you all some Daft swag as well. Gia, like I said, offline, leave me your address and stuff, and I will send you some swag. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If you need workout gear and stuff, please make sure that you see our e-commerce store. It's Bandy, BANDY box.store. If you need creative help, make sure you look at my website addresses at the bottom of the screen. It's www.bposproductions.com. And as a reminder, we are trying to reach 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year. There's a running tally at the bottom of the screen for my TikTok account. We currently have 1,302 subscribers of the 100,000 there. And then on YouTube, I think we have about 141 subscribers. So please make sure that you're spreading the word, spread the lives, join our join our community by subscribing. And with that, you guys, thank you all for walking and talking it out with me today. Today was a trip, but thank you all for listening and for laughing and for encouraging and everything. But if I could leave one thing with you all today, it's don't wait for something to go wrong to give yourself the attention that you deserve. You are not a back burner project. Make sure that you're putting your health front and center. And our affirmation for today: I honor my body and my future with every step I take today. And with that, you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you guys, and I'll see you bright and early in the morning.